The Manufacturing Technology Institute is a partnership of Jamestown Community College and the Manufacturers Association. The mission of the Institute is to provide services to individuals and businesses in the region in the form of hands-on manufacturing technical training as well as technology assistance. The program you are about to experience was developed to generate interest in and an understanding of manufacturing. Manufacturing Mayhem brings together talent from throughout our region's manufacturing facilities as well as the very best students from local technical programs. Manufacturing technologists and students work side by side to manufacture a product in a competitive format. The two teams come into their planning session with no knowledge of the product they will manufacture. Each team is allocated 200 MTI dollars to purchase specialized items for their project, and the rest they have to manufacture on the run. The two teams have only 16 hours to complete the project and then compete against each other in various events.
Projectile launchers, you know how this thing works. We generally have 3 competitions, right? That's we pit the 2 teams against each other. The team that wins 2 out of 3 wins the coveted Manufacturing Mayhem Award, right? All right, so today it's going to be projectile launchers. Where you go with that is up to you, okay? We're going to give you tube steel for a frame. We're going to give you wheels so we can roll this thing around and put it into position and things of that nature. So it's almost like a trailer. Any of the steel on the floor is yours. Any steel you want us to purchase, you let us know. That's what tonight's about. It's a planning session. Gives us 5 days to purchase parts and get you whatever you need. You have a $200 budget. Okay? You have a $200 budget, each team does, that you can purchase specialty items. Items you can't necessarily manufacture. You'd be thinking about any steel you might be needing, any cold rolled, any special geometries that you might be machining or anything like that, so we can get it in. All right? At the end of today's planning session, we'll be collecting your POs. Now, if you don't spend your whole $200, you can still spend it next Friday and next Saturday when we come back for the production phase. The problem is, if anything has to be special ordered at that point, you're out of luck. All right? So anything special ordered, we want to get tonight. 3 events. There's always 3 events. The team that wins 2 out of 3 events takes it away. Okay? First event. Anybody guess what the first event's going to be with a projectile launcher?
Furthest.
Yeah, how far it goes. Hell yes. Exactly. All right. I mean, it's got to be distance is one of them, right? So definitely it's going to be distance. It's going to be distance with a known projectile.
Okay, so the second event will be an egg drop. You will be issued a dozen eggs. You have to launch these eggs at the same setting as you use for the distance. You'll launch your eggs and you have to bring them back to Earth without breaking an egg. And the third event will be accuracy. The evening of the event will be at the Jammers game across the street, and you will be positioning your launcher at home plate and launching baseballs over the left field fence. The wall in left field is 16 feet tall and 342 feet in distance, so you're roughly around 400 feet to make it clear.
Can we try to shoot you with the tomatoes?
I'm not like getting shot at game after last episode. Projectile motion. Have you started to calculate yet how you're going to figure out the range of this thing? Because really that's like one piece of the puzzle that you have is the range. From that you can back off what the initial velocity of your projectile has to be out of your catapult, and then that can start to drive the design. So if we just draw the standard drawing, which is something like this, you're going to start with some height above the ground when you release. All right. You're also going to start with, and you have control over this, the things you have control over are how fast your thing is whipping around and at what angle you release. Okay, and I don't know, maybe you'll put an arm up that stops it at a certain point so you get the right release angle. You guys will figure that out. But you have some release angle like that. Okay, so you're going to have a release angle and you're going to have some initial velocity. And those are the only two things you can tweak in order to get this thing. And if this is the ground, it's going to come down to the ground like this. And that's, I don't know, what do you want to call that? Let's call that the range. That's the range, the downstream range of this thing, right? The downstream range is the square of that velocity, this magic release velocity, times the sine of twice the angle over 2 times the acceleration due to gravity, plus the square root of sine squared 2 theta over 4g squared, plus 2 times the height at which you release, times the square of the cosine of the angle, divided by acceleration due to gravity, times your velocity squared. That gives you the range, given the angle of release and the velocity at which you release. All right? And those are the only two things you can change. Those are the only things you can tweak. You can either change the angle of this thing, or you can change how fast it leaves. That's all you got.
This is just like physics class.
This is just like physics class.
I just want to point something out
right.
here. He comes in to our tech physics class. You know, the first time I met the guy, and I'm like wondering, what's this right here? Can you get a close-up on that? Because this just proves what a nerd he is. E equals MC squared. Now, who in their right mind? There's something like that.
You should see the tattoo I've got. Yeah, I got Maxwell's equations. That's exactly right. And only my wife knows about it. That's right. All right, gentlemen. That's nerd extraordinaire, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy. Now you've got something. Chew on this a little bit, okay? Play with it. Make sure you can reach a sufficient velocity to get this kind of range. You know, assume something like 45 degrees, and make sure you can get this kind of velocity out of the chute. Otherwise, you're dead in the water.
Yeah.
All right? All right, gentlemen. Keep going with it. Very good. Thank you. Team Green has developed a rough draft of their trebuchet design. They'll now fine-tune the design and begin the process of defining the critical parts that they need to purchase with their $200 budget.
Jeremy, would you draw a picture of your device for me? Give me a little bit of an idea of how it operates.
Sure. First thing on our device is the rail assembly that this is going to launch from. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to start out with a couple of steel rods here that will give us our track.
The blue team has begun to lay down a solid design concept. They have decided to utilize bungees to generate the energy necessary to launch the various items in the competition. The bungees will be attached to an aluminum launching pad that slides on a 4-foot track made of tube steel. The project will need to incorporate a variety of machining techniques to bring the launcher to fruition.
Now let's meet our contestants.
Tom, the Bears, the Blassie, Ran Machine. Jeremy, Steve Martin, Accurate. Rich on a Mission, Hinson, Ran Machine. Randy, straight to the heart, Hartson, Ran Machine. Dustin, hail, Randolph Central School. Rick, Mr. Style Lyle, Ran Machine. Ross, Ford Bronco, Blackstone Business Enterprises. Edward, Got Milk Dairy, Easy Go Textron. John, Rue Goldberg Pavaco, Faulkner Electronics. Scott, very. Alright, Plan File. Matt, Grand Total, Jamestown High School.
The Manufacturers Association of the Jamestown area was founded in 1900 with the mission to promote the common interests of its membership. Today, the Manufacturers Association continues to work hard to strengthen our region's manufacturing base and deliver value to its membership. The association is a proactive leader committed to enhancing the economic strength of the region and is a primary resource of information and assistance promoting manufacturing excellence. The association provides advocacy, human resource services, discussion forums, and roundtables on topics important to manufacturers, and the association is a leader committed to coordinating projects that support manufacturing, such as training initiatives, healthcare cost containment activities, and market expansion programs. The association seeks to reduce costs, helping its membership compete in global markets. For more information regarding the Manufacturers Association, call 716-483-1833 or visit us at maja-ny.com.
Founded in 1919, Cummins was the first North American manufacturer to install diesel engine power in automobiles, trucks, buses, and boats. Today, Cummins Incorporated is a global power leader as a corporation of complementary business units that design, manufacture, distribute, and service electric generation systems, engines, and related technologies. The Jamestown Engine Plant is a world-class manufacturing facility. What does that mean to be world-class? It is a combination of manufacturing technologies, quality systems, and most importantly, people. JEP employees sincerely are interested in the goal of producing the highest quality diesel engine in the world.
Cummins Inc. and MTI are partnering on a pre-hire training program to prepare individuals in the field of manufacturing. For more information, contact MTI at 716-487-9595. The two teams have assembled for Day 2 of Manufacturing Mayhem. We now go to Dr. Piazza for the handing out of the parts for the projects.
Today it's projectile launchers, all right? You've all had your planning session at this point. You've got to really think about this. We've got two very different designs going here. A lot of different technical challenges associated with each design, so we're going to have to see what the heck happens. You gave me your POs, now I'm going to pass out your parts for you so you have everything you need to work with. Now this time the POs were light, you know, hardly anybody ordered anything. Blue team, you used all your money on your bungees. Imagine these are what you're going to be using for your propulsion for your projectile when you're launching this beastie, all right? So there you go. All 6 of these ate up your entire budget. So there you go. You've got to use the tube steel, the square or the round tube steel you've got, as well as anything else you can find in the shop. On test, it's still not so obvious to me what blue team is going to be doing to protect their eggs. But green team, you folks ordered some egg carton foam. Egg carton foam because we're shooting eggs, I suppose, but there you go. As well as a dozen wiffle balls and some duct tape. Okay. Now, all of the teams have the materials you've ordered, you have your plans, you have your engineering done. It's time to break and go to town.
This is your pivot point. If you got a bar, here's your arm. If you have the rope coming up to here, over and down, this is moving up, it's pulling that line tighter and tighter. Yep. So that's going to bring it close.
That's really good.
If we just attach it there and then bring it up to there, I think that'll do it. Then we just got to play with the length of the rope or something.
That's really nice. We have a plan and we're going to act, so we're ready to go.
Here we see Team Blue preparing the base of their projectile launcher.
Green has run a variety of formulas as a means of pre-testing the capabilities of their trebuchet.
Blue's been very busy. It would seem that they've worked on a three-dimensional CAD drawing to assist them as they prepare for the manufacturing process.
Gotta have these nice and smooth so our cars will slide faster and shoot farther.
Team Blue is utilizing an oxyacetylene cutting machine to cut the appropriate dimension for the end pieces of their launcher's frame. This technology utilizes a mix of acetylene and oxygen to provide a flame that is 6,500 degrees Fahrenheit. This high level of heat breaks down the steel and provides a cut through the material.
Okay, what we're going to be doing is putting in the holes in this block here that the pipes will go through. I made a little program here with the Accurate mill power, a very fine piece of equipment if I do say so myself. What we're going to do is first we set the tool here, tell it what the diameter of the tool is and what type of tool it is. And then we set up these circular pockets. What this will do is it will plunge the end mill down into the part, and then it will do circular interpolation to mill around the pocket. And the mill power will do this all for us. So we're going to have, this will be our pivot point here. We'll have the 3 bars mounted just about like that. Then we got sort of like a door hinge working here.
Yeah.
So our weight's going to be sitting at the bottom of these.
Here.
This is the counterweight.
This is the counterweight. This is the hinge for the counterweight.
We're mounting all the way down here.
We're mounting all the weight down here, so when you swing it, it's got a nice little flow going.
We're going to have some bungees here connected to that. Increase the speed when it starts.
Get the speed jumped off right off the bat.
Have you done any calculations? What do you expect your exit velocity to be?
Wow. Calculations. Who knows?
They did a quick real-world study.
We did some calculations and we're having a little trouble with it, so we kind of ran into a gentleman that had created himself a pumpkin hurler.
So let me get this straight. You're walking down the streets of Jamestown, minding your own business.
There's a pumpkin hurler.
There he is, Mr. Pumpkin Hurler himself.
Yes.
Interesting how that happens. Amazing.
He's rather famous. He's a famous.
Okay, so tell me to go on.
So we just stopped in and said, hey, could you help us out a little bit? Give us a little advice, and gave us some real good advice about
ratios and
ratios
counterweights.
Yeah.
Suggested that we use the bungee cords. He was using inner tubes because this thing is massive compared to what we're building, but
He was chucking pumpkins 1,200 feet. So I mean,
Wow.
we
Okay. Now I'm not sure. We'll have to consult with the judges whether this external help constitutes a foul or not.
Is it any different than checking online?
yes.
Maybe not.
Research is research.
Research is
all is fair in Mayhem and war.
Right.
You never told us we
What's
weren't allowed.
interesting is you really didn't change a whole lot. I
No,
mean, we shortened our ratio a little.
So what
actually.
he did is he confirmed your design.
Actually,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Reinforced.
How are things coming together?
Good.
Good. Talk to me a little bit about your design, where you're at. How many more hours do you think you have put in your project?
Most time we got left is the machining of the end plates.
Okay.
Other than that, we got maybe a couple hours.
Yeah, I'd say a couple hours. Welding's coming along real good. We probably got a couple hours left.
2 hours, so you'll be out of here pretty early Saturday morning.
Well, we want to test
Depends on how
Depends on
well
how
the
the
machining goes.
We
Yeah.
got
I
to
think
test
we
this
can
bad
handle
boy too.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of hard plates there.
So you're saving a little time, do a little testing, put it in the real world, see what happens.
See what happens. Yeah.
Talk to me about the design. Any changes from the planning session?
Not really. Not yet.
Okay.
Everything's seems to be going along pretty well.
Consistent with your plan.
Yeah.
See a lot of machining out there.
Yeah.
That's where the expertise is in this room.
Very good.
Bragging to me.
Yeah. We'll brag. We'll brag. You got 4 of them in here.
Yeah.
Plus 2 welders. It doesn't add up to the right number of people, but hey, it's a good group.
Good. Good. Any predictions?
Oh, well, of course we're going to win.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind.
Yes,
We're gonna be
Hey, you saw those
out
bungees.
up on Curtis Street probably.
Myself, I think the Boy Scout Center's in trouble.
Yeah. So you've got the distance thing down.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's more concentrating on the accuracy and how do you get eggs back to Earth safely. Yeah. Good.
I think we'll be able to do it.
Well, good night. Good job, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Don't show them little cuts, show them real cuts.
Dr. Piazza instructing Matt Total, a Jamestown High School student, on how to bore out a hole in a block of raw steel.
You're going to start cutting until I tell you to stop. I'm just going to go in. We're going to make a hole to start everything off with. You're going to have to move the table up just a little bit. Keep going, about 5 turns maybe.
I'm drilling in some holes with this Bridgeport here. I'm using a 7/8 drill bit. What we're gonna end up doing is putting a bar through here for our pivot point and welding it to the side of our frame. And so I'll get this done.
Very good.
First time using one of these.
You're doing good.
Thank you. We're gonna put this rod through here. Weld it together and weld the sides of these onto the frame itself. And this is basically going to be used as our pivot point. So it'll look something like that if you give it a little spin.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Tim, 10 o'clock on a Thursday night. We're wrapping up the 4th episode of Manufacturing Mayhem, Projectile Launchers.
That's right.
We're here in the metrology room here at MTI, which we've done a lot of work on recently. In fact, we're working on some ISO certifications. So
Absolutely.
Local industry can use the lab. We have our CMM been running, brand new Starrett optical comparator. Exciting stuff here at MTI.
Very good stuff. Everything you need to do manufacturing.
Yeah, absolutely. And even more exciting, here we are, our 4th episode of Manufacturing Mayhem. Maybe a little synopsis of how the teams are progressing, Tim.
I'm impressed. You know, they're coming together. They're working very good as teams. I mean, everybody's getting along well. Everybody's got a place and knows what they're doing. It's pretty good to see them working together and come together like they are. It's great. We've got the 2 different designs. One is using the bungee concept, all right? They're making a big glorified slingshot for all intents and purposes. A lot more complex than that, obviously. I mean, they're going to be putting tremendous forces on essentially they have a platform that pulls back. They're going to be putting tremendous forces on this thing with their bungees when they finally let go. very interesting. I'll be impressed if their eggs get out of the shooter intact. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It might look like that episode of Northern Exposure where they launch cows, pianos. I mean, these things are heavy duty.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Could launch large people.
We could. I'm not sure what the insurance folks would think about such a thing, but we could. The other team's got a neat thing going. They're Trebuchet. Very interesting concept. A lot more complex, I think, than the slingshot idea or than the bungee idea. A lot of moving parts, a lot of articulating arms, a lot of things happening. They've got this big, huge, heavy base because this thing is, they don't want this thing rocking all over the place and destroying itself when they shoot. Mm-hmm. So it'd be very interesting to see that.
Trebuchet, that flows very nicely off your tongue. Is there a little French in your mix?
Let's not get carried away.
Was it a little overlap there from the Italy, Sicily?
I don't think so.
No,
the French are a funny race, but that's enough. It's a different one altogether.
Okay, well, I think this is going to be another very exciting program.
Without a doubt.
It's going to be interesting to see what these things do.
As always.
We're going to have a nice crowd, at the Jammers game, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be a hoot.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Good night, folks.
Take it easy. See you Saturday.
This program has been created by the Manufacturing Technology Institute, or MTI. MTI is an educational institution created to serve the local community by providing hands-on technical training. Students who participate in our programs range from high school students exploring career opportunities, to displaced workers, to local professionals learning new skills to apply to their current jobs. The Manufacturing Technology Institute is a partnership between Jamestown Community College and the Manufacturers Association of the Jamestown area, and is dedicated to providing the best regional opportunity for hands-on manufacturing education, giving students the expertise they need to succeed and delivering the high-tech skills that local manufacturing requires. MTI currently offers hands-on training opportunities in 3 different fields. These are welding, machining, and maintenance. Our welding program includes lots of hands-on experience with shielded metal arc welding, gas metal arc welding, and gas tungsten arc welding. We are also working towards rolling out an associate degree in welding technology. With our industry support, this is the kind of degree that will give students tremendous local employment and advancement opportunity, as well as the chance to transfer to partner colleges for a bachelor degree. The machinist program begins with a significant amount of hands-on time on manual machines. Once these are mastered, the student moves on to computer numeric controlled or CNC type machines. Our maintenance program has at its heart courses in electrical systems, mechanical systems, and hydraulic systems, and prepares the student for maintenance in an industrial setting. Students can take individual courses or sign up for some of our larger programs. All of our coursework is designed to provide the hands-on skills necessary to succeed and excel in today's manufacturing workforce. If you have any questions on our educational offerings or would like to visit and tour the Institute, please contact us at 716-487-9595 or stop by. We're located right across the street from JCC.
Welder Supply has been locally operated since 1946. Welder Supply is your one-stop source for all welding and cutting requirements. The area's largest stocking distributor, Welder Supply offers competitive pricing. Welder Supply has a trained and knowledgeable staff that provides same-day, weekly, and on-time deliveries. Welder Supply offers products of the following companies: Praxair, Avesta Polarit, Walters, Thermodynamics, Tweco, ESOB, Victor, Harris, Jackson, and Welder Supply is your local Source One Lincoln Electric distributor. If you have a welding need, contact Welder Supply.
Two teams with only 16 hours compete for the coveted Mayhem trophy. 2 teams of piled steel and a few parts. Our region's most talented manufacturing technologists battle it out at the Manufacturing Technology Institute. Let the mayhem begin.
appears that someone has delivered to us a few words of wisdom this morning. Let's check in and see what it says.
Whenever you're asked if you can do a job, tell them, "Certainly I can," then get busy and find out how to do it. If stupidity got us into this mess, then why can't it get us out? If you think the problem is bad now, just wait until we've solved it. You can never tell which way the train went by looking at the track. If an experiment works, something has gone wrong.
In a master stroke of Rube Goldberg engineering, Green has begun preparing their wiffle balls, a key component for their egg toss fixture.
Team Blue has spent a great deal of their time on the wide variety of machining equipment available at MTI. They have manufactured several parts for their highly engineered project.
Hole in here so we can have our release mechanism mounted. So right now we're just center drilling, and then we'll take the drill and we'll drill through. So that'll be our next step. Then we'll take a tap and put our threads into the part. So
Very good. What do you think, Rick?
About what?
This whole business.
Whole business. It'll be fine if it flies.
This is true. That each team must use the maximum setting for their projectile launcher to shoot their eggs, John is preparing the padding for the inside of their plastic wiffle ball to help protect their eggs for the egg toss.
Set up some foam. That's going to go inside of the wiffle balls. Cutting up the umbrella right now so we can get a parachute out of it. It's got a nice form. And we're going to try it out, see what happens. Hopefully I only have to film one of these.
Tell me a story here. I mean, this is like the epitome of Rube Goldberg. I mean, look at these things. We got springs, we got wiffle balls, we got parachutes, we got foam. You are determined to win this egg drop.
We are determined to win every competition.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
We're not just going for the egg drop.
Yeah.
We're going to win the tomato.
Yeah.
Then the eggs.
Yeah.
And then we're going to land in the range. We cannot disappoint the fans that are going to come to see us at the game.
No, that would be unfortunate, wouldn't it?
We got fans coming to watch the green team. Blue team.
What are you going to do with them?
Enjoying our victory lunch.
Todd, who told you could do that? Scott is preparing a swivel mechanism that will be on the other side of the pivot point of the launching arm. A platform attached to this swivel will hold the weights. As these weights fall under the force of gravity, they'll create the force necessary to propel an object. So Jeremy, you've got prints made of your parts already.
Oh yeah, we don't mess around over here. We're out for blood.
Alright. What do you about this? How's this working now?
Well, nice and cushiony here, you know, you're gonna have no problems. You'll have a streamer to slow it down, just it's falling through the air. And right now I'm just cutting in some crumple zones, so if it lands out in the end, we don't have some impact on the inside.
And you're going to go retrieve this after every shot? Or are you going to put 2 or 3 in there?
We'll do a couple of them. There's a lot of paper towels in the
Hilarious. You've raided the janitor's closet for
you
parts.
said we could have anything in the building.
Be careful what you ask for. Look, Dave, now looking at what you got going on the floor, you guys are using the machine tools. You're doing a ton of machining compared to the other team. Got a lot of precision parts, obviously. Looks like it's coming together, though. It's looking really, really good. Somebody give me an update on where you are. You've got another 2 hours left in the build. Time is getting tight. Somebody update me.
We have 2 items yet to complete. We ran into a little problem with bushings. We'll open them up. The actual trigger mechanism needs to be finished. Or is it done yet?
Yeah, it's pretty much done. We just have a couple of mods made.
Good, and good. As we get that, we're ready to assemble and test it.
Okay.
We're looking at probably testing within, what, an hour and 15 minutes?
Right. That sounds great. So you guys are really doing good together. Now I've got one point of concern. Both of these devices are really well engineered, both blues and green teams. There's one thing I haven't seen a whole lot of, and that's the egg drop. A lot of thought about how we're going to bring this egg back to the ground. Any comment on that?
Yeah, we already got it to drop without breaking once.
You did, but you're going to be able to get this thing to go out of your launcher?
Surprises are always good things.
That's all right. Okay, good. That's good. So you're confident?
Yep.
You're not giving up on any of these 3?
Oh,
no. Good. So you're going to take it?
No, we're
going to take it. It's going to be a sweep.
All right.
We're looking for accomplishment in all 3 areas.
Okay.
So Tim, how's that quality control project going that you've been working on for so many hours?
Oh, to hell with that. Did you see this? Female aliens are getting boob jobs. Perhaps because they're embarrassed about being addressed as sir by so many human abductees over the years. That's some serious stuff. So you got an egg in there.
We're doing just the egg and the foam, and we're going to break an egg.
Okay.
We're going to break an egg, yeah.
And what are you going to just throw it up and let it come down?
Throw it up and let it fall.
See what happens with the cushion alone, and then we're going to...
We got hungry waiting for the pizza, so we're going to make an omelet.
Right.
Ready?
Held up pretty well.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Here, now go put that by the other team so they think this is what, that's the best we can do.
Okay, well, that...
we don't want them wrapping up all
that gives you some idea of where you stand.
Yep. Yeah, we definitely need a parachute.
We've been yoked. Yes.
Our egg strategy is we're going to shoot them so far you can't find them and you won't know if they're broken or not.
All right, Jeremy, when you're ready.
Hey, it's got parachute on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, we broke.
Okay, show me some egg. Pour some egg out for me. Yeah, that's definitely breakage. All right, gentlemen, looks like it's back to the drawing board.
Absolutely.
Following their first failed attempt to preserve the shell of the egg, Team Green is now looking at a parachute design built with the remnants of an umbrella that they have special ordered.
Perfect egg.
Beat that, Blue.
There it is. There's part of your arm, right?
Yeah.
Looks good. Give it a little swing.
Counterweight swing.
Looks great.
Not bad.
Team Green is testing the launching arm of the trebuchet before making some final alterations. Here we see Blue's platform waiting for the machine parts that are sure to come in. Ooh, that didn't sound good.
Together.
You have an egg. Well, then perhaps you have a workable design.
We now go to the MTI welding lab where Randy Hartson is performing a shielded metal arc weld, or more commonly referred to as a stick weld. Stick welding uses a flux-coated metal rod that simultaneously acts as an electrode and filler material to join the two materials.
Yeah, what about their catapult?
Well, Tom described it at lunchtime as a device for flinging dead horses over castle walls.
Is that what you said, Tom? All right, gentlemen. We'll see.
Welders of the Trebuchet, how are things going this afternoon? You're down to 2.5 hours. Are we going to make it?
Yeah, we have a backup.
We'll make it.
You have a backup plan?
Yeah, right on with it.
Does that mean maybe you're not going to make it?
Oh, we're going to make it.
You're going to make it.
Yeah, I think we're right.
It'll be down to the wire.
Okay.
Down to the wire.
We tested the eggs.
We can't break an egg.
You can't break an egg. No matter what you try, you can't break an egg.
We took the spring off and still.
We're set with the eggs. We're not even, it's not even a question. It's not even a question. We're going to have 12 good eggs to make an omelet later.
All right. Very
That
good.
part's good, yeah. I hope you're hungry.
How about the launching device? How's that looking?
It's in process still.
Okay.
We got the throwing arm pretty close to being done. We got a little bit of clearance we got to take care of, and then hopefully in 2 hours we'll be ready to do some tests.
Okay, I saw the arm. The arm looks like it's going to work real nice. How much weight are you thinking you're going to have to? Are you going to weld the weight on, or how are you going to manage that?
The weight's going to be something we got to play with still. We don't know how much. I think we're going to start with like 150 maybe. See what happens. If we need to go heavier, lighter, we can. And then the bungee cords are just going to rip that thing. Send it flying.
Send it flying.
Send it flying.
Okay, are you going to weld the weights on, or how's it
I don't think so.
How's it going to hold on to
We have
these
a
things?
tray, basically a tray hanging underneath that you can put weight on. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're welding a tray for the weights to rest on, so that should be
You
the
can
tray.
adjust it on the
If
fly.
it doesn't work, we'll find out real quick.
Okay, how are your components from Fastenal working?
Working great.
Working okay? And how about your Lincoln welders? How are the Lincoln machines?
Man, those are sweet.
Are they sweet?
Yeah,
Are they running smooth?
Oh man, they're smooth.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. Good work. Again, we're down to 2.5 hours. So let's continue to move along, and good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me introduce. We got Dave Murray here. Come in. Okay. We got Dave Murray here visiting from Ferris State College in Michigan. You're in for the weekend. You did some training here at Matco Tool.
Yes.
And you're here today to critique these designs a little bit and what you see. And also to talk a little bit about Ferris and transferability with the new associate's degree here at JCC, the Welding Technology Associate Degree, and its transferability to Ferris.
That's right. We're excited that you're getting your degree online, and
Right.
Hopefully it'll be ready to go. We typically will take your students once they complete their associate degree and transfer
Super.
up to our school. And
So there's lots of opportunity for an individual who wants to go into welding?
tons of it. There's basically about 65 welding engineers in the entire United States graduated, and that nearly doesn't meet the demand at all, right? That's 60's hardly anybody.
And what's the starting wages like for a welding engineer?
Our average starting salary is one of the highest on campus. It's about $52,000 a year right now starting. There's
good.
probably 3, 4, 5, some years 10 jobs per graduate, so there's a lot of work out there right now.
That sounds tremendous.
Welding is becoming a critical component. Everybody's worried about liability and making sure it's fit for use. And
And
so
the engineers are the ones that are going to ensure this.
the welding engineers.
The welding
Not those other engineers,
That's
but
right,
those
the
welding
welding
engineers.
engineers.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Here's
what do you think of our designs here today?
Well, there could be a loss of life when this thing gets fired.
I hope that's not prophetic.
I have seen spaghetti bridges that look stronger than that.
Is that right?
I'm teasing.
You're scaring the hell out of me, man.
How far away can you be when you trigger this thing?
That is the question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Different design. They've got a mobile platform here, and on this platform are going to go four essentially rails, and they've got bungees. They pull us back on the bungees and let it go like a big slingshot. We have the rails over here. Let's go take a look at those.
Oh, they put some welds down there on those rails too, huh?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Is that a stainless steel base down there that he's putting underneath it?
It's not a stainless base, but I'm not sure what the material is.
It kind of almost looks like it is.
Well,
And you're seeing how not to drill here.
Yeah, we're getting, that's right, we're getting a lesson on.
What we got, comedians here?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
There's a break here.
Nothing worse when someone's watching.
And the camera's rolling. So that's the other design. That's the front end. They're going to pull back a platform on bungees and let it go.
So how many feet are you hoping this thing flies?
860.
According to
Is
calculations.
there some cliff you can push it off, or is you actually think you're going to throw it that far?
Oh, it's going.
Is it?
It's going to break the sound barrier.
What, screaming when the bungees break, or?
No.
I saw your bungees, impressive bungees.
Yeah. They did a calculations, and they're confident. The 400 feet is the minimum. That's where the outfield wall is. We got to go over the outfield wall with a baseball. They think they're going to do twice
two
that.
bungees.
How are they going to steer that? Have they figured out the throw point?
No. There's a lot of unknowns still.
So at least you know what direction your bungees are shooting, right? Who would even dare stand around that thing when they launch that?
Not me.
Right? If it works, they're going to look like heroes. If it doesn't.
That's how it works. All right. Dave, thank you so very
Thanks
much.
for having me come down
Pleasure.
and enjoyed the area, and good luck with your program. And,
Thanks a lot.
Good luck, you guys. Sorry I was hassling you here.
Oh, that's all right.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Time is running out. You have 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Tools down. All right. Good work. You ready to launch this thing? Yeah. We do it right here? Sure.
That's the end of the day, Fox. We're down to 10 seconds. Finish up. Everything you got to do. We're going to test up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Cool down. We're going to roll this out now. I hope you're in operational mode. We're going to see what it does, gentlemen. All right. Bring it. Intending to go 400 feet, Blues baseball has only gone about 40 feet. Looks like they're going to need a little more re-engineering.
That was sick.
Well, having mixed luck with a baseball, Team Green is now going to attempt to launch a cantaloupe with their trebuchet.
Oh, Ed. Ed, you got to get out of here. You got to get the hell out of here before you get struck by lightning.
Engineering is all this. And it all begins here. Jamestown Community College is the premier community college in New York State. And why not? JCC offers a high transfer success rate, great internship programs with local manufacturers, and one of the best engineering faculties around. Choose the affordable engineering education. Started at Jamestown Community College. Engineering careers start here.
The teams have assembled at Jamestown Community College parking lot and are doing some last-minute preparation as we move into the event portion of Manufacturing Mayhem.
Check the center line of the rail.
Team Blue prepares for the launch of their first tomato. Team Green is adjusting the angle of release of their trebuchet. I got mine. Mine's natural. I just need the glasses. Okay, whenever you're ready. Hello, Where's the pipe at? Hey! Give us a countdown.
I wouldn't stick my foot in there. Not a day either.
You gotta hit it first. Rifle.
Hey!
We have a flag.
We have liftoff.
First blood has been drawn. By bending this rod, Green can change the angle of release of their trebuchet. This is one of the ways by which they can modify the range or the distance that their trebuchet will shoot.
About a 50-yard lead right now by Team Green. Team Blue's making some fine adjustments to their projectile launcher, and we'll see how it goes.
Team Blue appears to be struggling with their launcher. The whole team is gathered around to pull down the bungees and maximize the force they can garner.
Unfortunately, Team Blue is having some serious issues with their launcher. The last tomato they propelled disintegrated on takeoff.
Oh no, Green's launching pouch is hung up on a part of the trebuchet, and they've bent their arm all out of shape. This could jeopardize the entire competition for them. Green team's having to disassemble their entire catapult because it hung up on the last one, and they've got so much force involved in this that it bent the rod. It bent their entire launching rod completely out of shape. Right now, they're dead in the water. We're going to have to see what they do to make this right. It's going to be something to see. Team Green is attempting to bend the launching bar of their trebuchet back into place. They'll have to be careful that they do not weaken the steel and suffer a break. If a break occurs, it'll create the only window of opportunity Team Blue has to stay in this competition.
The progress so far at Team Blue, it looks like they're in a little trouble.
Yeah, it does. I think that the Team Blue didn't really know what they were doing in the beginning, but now they probably found out their mistakes, and it's too late for them to fix anything right now.
Okay, how about Team Green?
Team Green, they know what they're doing. It's a wrap. I can tell you already they're going to win because they got the catapult thing going on, and it's real nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think we're out here, what, about 100 yards, maybe? Team Green, you've won the first event, the distance event. You launched it approximately 100 yards, both of them about the same distance.
Yeah.
What happened on the third tomato, though?
Well, on the it went backwards. On the third one, what happened was the pouch on the sling. I think we didn't have the rope tight enough, and when it came up, there was some slack, and rather than swinging out, it came straight up and caught on the eye bolt there.
Okay.
And it bent the arm. Luckily, we bent it back. It's looking a little better.
Yeah, through brute force, you bent this thing back.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Green, having taken the first event, we now move on to the egg toss.
Perfect egg.
Team Green breaks an egg on their second launch. Team Blue still has a chance to rebound in this contest.
And here's Team Blue back in the event, still trying to keep in the contest. You have to hand it to them, Tim. They are not giving up in this contest.
Let's see what the egg looks like.
Did the egg leave? I hope not. Did it really?
Oh, here it is.
Oh, it did leave. Oh my God.
You just taped the egg.
We're gonna have to tape the egg
So
in.
you've got one broken egg. Get it ready for the next one.
We're in two, don't worry about it.
You got two broken.
Scott Berry is preparing Team Green's next egg for launch.
The egg toss is a dead heat at this point. Since Green Team won the first event, if they can win this, they've won the entire manufacturing mayhem competition. That might be a good egg. And survey says no break-in. And it's official. Green team has won Manufacturing Mayhem, the first 2 out of the 3 competitions. But neither team is ready to go home. They both want to shoot a baseball just to see how they do. Ready for your next? I got it. I got it. No, I got it. Got it. I got it. No! All right, gentlemen, you all look like you're related to me with those on, but you did a great job. You guys, you worked so hard, and you got a gorgeous thrower here. It just, at the end of the day, it wasn't doing it. Any thoughts? Can you debrief me on what happened and the why? Anybody?
Well, the plate really did us in at the end, I
Yeah.
think. But our original plate was 1 inch thick.
So this was definitely better than your original plate.
Well, our original plate wouldn't have been. But we had problems with bushings and sliding on the rails. I mean, that's really where all our problems came in. Because
getting cockeyed.
You know, if we could do it over again, a much better idea would have been more of a slingshot.
Yeah.
I just thought with the rails it would be more accurate.
But you did great with what you had. You know, it was a design that didn't serve you at the end of the day, but you did good. You guys stuck with it the whole way. You had problems, you recovered from them. You got some eggs out, you got your baseball out. You did great, and it was a pleasure having all of you on this episode of Mayhem. I hope it was a good experience. I hope you enjoyed it. Good. It was good. It was a pleasure having you all on. Thank you so much. All right, gentlemen.
Okay, Team Green, very nice job. Very nice production series. You did a really nice planning phase with this, and of course on event day you've dominated. You've dominated every event. A little bit of thought, how did you come up with this design? What drove you to using a medieval technology with a 20th century enhancement?
Well, the original idea was everyone kind of thought about it right off the bat, and it was just one of the first things we were toying around with. We decided to go with it just because we had one guy that had built one before in the past, so we thought, why not? Figure got a little bit of experience might help us out.
You guys worked very hard. You worked well as a team. We really appreciate your participation in this episode of Mayhem, and hope to see you back in future episodes. So thank you for your time.
Gentlemen, I have to congratulate you on a job well done. Yet another Manufacturing Mayhem episode 4. Your trebuchet is gorgeous. You did a good job. You won. Congratulations, the award. Very good, and thank you for your participation. Thanks for all your hard work, all your effort, and all your time. Have a good one. Thank you. All right.
Good night.
Green Team has officially won Manufacturing Mayhem. Now we're going to work our way over to Dietrich Field for an exhibition where Green Team will be throwing baseballs, or at least attempting to throw them over left field. Let's get to the baseball field. Here we are at Dietrich Park. The winners, the official winners of Manufacturing Mayhem, Green Team, are going to be showcasing their equipment. Center. So, Green Team, you got it? 3, 2, 1. Last shot. There you go. And they put it out of the park. A great ending to a great evening. Good job, Green Team. Check, tune in to Cable 8. Weeknights at 9 o'clock, you'll see the entire show, which shows these gentlemen and the blue team building their devices and competing them. Thanks a lot, folks, and have a good evening.